Hey guys, Andy Ed, spoken label. My mate, Sophia Elan. Straight over to Sophia now. She's going to do an extract from, she's not telling me which of the books this is, but if people are watching on the video, you can see she's waving the book around in the background there. So take it away, Sophia, my friend.
So I will be reading an excerpt from Sicilian Seductions, A Mediterranean Love Affair, Happily Ever Now, A Soul Journey of an Open Heart. There's the cover. I was in culinary ecstasy as we weaved our way through the crowd. Leo graciously and attentively stopping at any purveyor that he noticed had caught my eye, sometimes from something that appealed to me, and sometimes out of sheer curiosity. A feast for the senses awaited my rapturous appetite. I accepted everything Leo proffered to my mouth, voraciously, unquestionably, with blind faith. I sampled cherry tomatoes with bursts of tangy pleasure that tasted of the sun, earthy braised leeks with fresh thyme and puckery sunshine pops of lemon. The crispness of fresh al dente asparagus encased in a pillow of phyllo dough. The brightness of simply grilled artichokes drizzled with fresh green acidic olive oil with a generous sprinkling of coarse sea salt. Delicate zucchini blossoms with a light crunchy batter, revealing a melting combination of fluffy mascarpone, lemon zest, and pistachio dust, and flash-fried calamari that tasted of the adjacent sea. Everything simultaneously felt so fresh, so local, so healthy, yet so decadently satisfying. The explosion of all the flavors was like metaphorical fireworks in my eager mouth. The fact that it was finger food, and Leo was feeding me, heightened the sensory experience, which I found incomparably tantalizing. I felt almost as if my taste buds, indeed my senses, had been somewhat dulled from my recently lackluster marriage. This experience in Leo's presence had reawakened my senses and ignited my very sensory being. I fully intended to devour everything, including life itself. Leo insisted that I try a cannolo he selected from a seemingly endless variety. I wasn't big on desserts and had never actually tried one before. I self-consciously took a bite from his cannolo, my taste buds rewarded with the textural contrast between the crisp outer shell and the light, fluffy filling. Mmm, I murmured in surprised delight. What a delicious, guilty pleasure. Oh no, cara mia. You're in Italy. There is no such thing as a guilty pleasure. Simply pleasure, he slowly drawled. Pleasure indeed, I thought to myself as I scanned the market, averting Leo's intent gaze, his eyes, his lips. Everything was seasonal and gloriously earthy. I could smell the fragrance of the peppers and the dirt on the potatoes. The whole market exuded an intimate, earthy sensuality with a palpable appreciation for the food of the sun and the sea. I felt like I was on a billboard for the Mediterranean diet, indeed lifestyle, a visual embrace with food, with each other, with life. Life was devoured, hungrily, ravenously, unapologetically. Gloriously, there was no mediocrity to be felt here. Interactions were animated. Simple daily errands and transactions transpired with enthusiastic exuberance. The apparent universal zest for life here manifested in elevated, excited voices, seemingly frantic gesticulations, infectious smiles and laughter, and dramatic facial expressions. This is not only Italy to me, but Sicily in particular, I mused. It's a raw, multi-sensory mosaic with countless sensory experiences vying for attention. No sense is left untouched by this enchanting, entrancing island. And that was from a chapter on market days in Catania.
Brilliant stuff. Again, it's a great example of that as why this book is so evocative. So absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Thank you for that, Sophie. Really, really good to
Thank
hear
you.
that. It's a great way of showing people obviously what your book's like. Oh, brilliant stuff. Now, people are wondering now, obviously, TikTok is going to be part three now, but that'll come out before this podcast, just to confuse matters completely. But yeah, find me on TikTok. I'll put the link up, I promise you. So listen, Sophie, thank you for the podcast today. It's been an absolute
Thank you so
pleasure.
much. My
Please keep
pleasure.
please keep in touch. I'd definitely like to have you on again in the future. Okay, no danger in that one. So
Sounds
I know
great. Thank you.
hopefully next time you're on, who knows what country you're going to be in next time. It could be I don't even know when I guess, right? So I get the feeling
We'll
before you
do a
go,
raffle.
yeah. Obviously, I'm interested. Obviously, before we wrap up very, very quickly, how many, what countries have you been in since you left America? Then, so you've done Turkey. You're off to France next, aren't you?
Yes, I mean I've been I used to live in Argentina. I lived in Mexico. I traveled to Brazil a lot with work. I spend so in Turkey, even though I'm based here, normally during the summers, I leave for a few months as well as for, holidays and whatnot. So I spend a lot of time in Italy, Spain, France. I used to live in Santorini, so Greece. So those are my favorites. I travel through Asia and different places, but primarily Western Europe if I'm not in Turkey.
Hey, that says it all, doesn't it? That's what all this inspiration for good writing comes, living a good life. Well, thank you again today, Sophie. Loved it. So,
Thank you
uh,
so much. My pleasure.
everybody, like I said, go to TikTok next and you will find a further exclusive. We don't know what we're going to do yet, Sophie, do we? But we will discuss that next. So, right, everybody, as Don Callis over at AEW Wrestling says, stay safe and stay over. And we will see you all next time.